Welcome everyone to another podcast here on Experience Consciousness. Ella and I will now talk about the perceptively constant fight of good against evil. Let's have a good time together. And so, welcome, Elke. How are you today?
Hello, Jutta, and hello, everyone. I am doing very, very well. Very excited for this theme. And yeah, Jutta, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm well, thank you. I'm in Germany. The sun is shining finally. So, I'm good. I feel good.
All is well. So, well, if we wouldn't have this podcast, I would ask you why does this matter? But let's not go astray, right? So,
Okay. Yeah.
the sun and the rain against Jutta. No, I'm just teasing. Okay, so. Or for Utah, and but it's the same, right? So it's the outside perceptively or making us feel a certain way, right? So good against evil, good, bad, better, bad, better. It's all everything. All of this is outside of you. So the first question, of course, would truly be, well, what does that have to do with you? Why does this make you feel a certain way? So my first question. So as an introduction, the last few podcasts we have talked about dark forces, entities, energies, of course, then black magic and so on. But the one is the non-physical dark forces, right? We already talked about, and this time it's about the physical perceptive dark forces. And for you, Jutta, what does it mean, dark forces? Well, what's your perception about dark forces? Who are they? What are they doing? And why do they influence how you feel, what you do?
Well, I think the last years it's a little bit different to let's say 10 or 20 years ago. For me, it seems like everything comes from the outside closer to me, so that my own space yeah isn't wide open. No, it goes narrow, 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 narrow.
Mhm.
I
It's
don't
like the
know
world
how.
comes closer and closer and
Yeah,
closer, and it's closing in on you, right?
yeah,
So
and that's
everyone,
not a nice feeling.
no, of course not, of course not. So and why is this happening? Because is there someone, something that tries to get into your door?
No, it's always outside. The
Hmm.
inside of myself, that's another case.
Hmm. So nobody is trying to force their way
No,
into your house or
no.
trying to physically harm you or whatever. So that's literally. So it feels like it's closing in, but there is no literal danger.
Yeah,
It's a perception, right?
yeah.
And it is forces in a sense that you would call evil. That's how I understand it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
in a sense it's, and that's really what it is, okay? Because I want to little bit stretch all of your minds. Those people that are closing in, trying in a sense, you feel like your freedom, your individuality, everything you've known is taken, at least it is tried by some outside forces to be taken away from you. And they try and try. And the thing is, of course, you could say they are dark, they are evil. And I would say they, within their minds, within their perception, feel like they are the good ones, right? So, because, and of course, you would say, no, I'm the good one, right? I don't want to harm anybody. I just want to live my life. Whatever, right? Or even you would, I know it's not you, but some feel compelled to join a group to fight against those forces that try to do whatever they are trying to do. It doesn't really matter. It has happened so many times in humanity's history. There is one group that perceives they know better than everyone else, and they try to force their will on others, right? And this has happened for eons, but it has been in the shadows. And the thing is, of course, when let's say, one group tried to force their will on others, and they were doing that for a long time, so there would be a revolution, and those revolutionaries would be in power, and then at some point, wherever it would change, and the good ones would become the evil ones. That's literally when I watch history. So there were the good intentions, because every human at its core, every being at its core is light, is love, is consciousness. So, but at one point, so they have good intentions, they want to save the world, they want to save humanity, they want to save the planet, they want to have everyone be the same, whatever the case may be, right? And they believe in what it is, be it religion, be it social justice, injustice, be it the planet, whatever. So it's always, when you tune into it with me and feel into the intentions of those that go out to fight against the injustices they perceive, and they have taught that have been taught that there are injustices, there is always this, well, it's literally, it is, there is no darkness in it. When you tune from the heart, tune into it with me, okay? They have good intentions. But where it goes wrong, first of all, who says what is right and what is wrong? Who is determining that this group is right, this group is wrong? So in first place, what's happening is polarization.
Yeah.
So this group believes they are right, and this group believes they are right. And now we are fighting, either literally or with words or whatever, against each other, so to find out whose ego is the most powerful. That's what's literally happening. Both sides believe that they are the good ones. So to take that, I just want to allude to this to make clear that, and that's why we said, or I had it in the title, or it's a perception of good and evil. It's always a perception. It depends on which side you are on. So always the others basically are the evil ones, the ones that have dark intentions, whatever. But what happens is, they have been polarized by some perception, by some belief system, by some traumas, whatever, by being put into a group of, well, I'm black and this means this and this and this. I'm white and this means this and this and this. I am Catholic and this means this and this and this. So I'm Muslim and this means this and this and this. And therefore, the others are wrong. They are evil. They are the ones that need to be fought against, and all this stuff. So there is always not only two sides, right? There's so many sides of the coin, but in this case, of course, two groups, and there's two sides of the coin. But it's always looked at. So good and evil. It's always looked at from the mind, from polarization, and from a belief that one side knows it better than the other side. And if we go into the overview and look at what is really happening, and that's really when you are in one group, then you always see only a small part of it. You only see your side, except of when you go into it and look at, hey, what's going on with the other group? Where are they coming from? Do they really want to do? And what is really going on? And who is pulling the strings? Are they maybe misguided? Because most of everything that's happening in the world today is happening because most people, or nearly everyone, has been lied to. They are misguided. They have been taught something that might not be and is not entirely true. So what is the big picture? What's the truth of it? Okay, so what I'm saying here is if you come from a state of polarization, so there is good, there is evil, so and I have to make sure I'm on the good side. So who determines what is good and what is bad, what is evil, what is not allowable? So one side would say, well, eating meat is evil. The other side says, whatever, if you eat plants because they have feelings as well, that is evil. It's always a perception, a belief system. And someone, somehow, some way, some shape, some form says, well, this is how it is. And others actually are buying into it. They are taught that in school, whatever, and literally everyone is being lied to because they are not being taught the whole picture. Unless you are going and say, well, I want to know the truth. I want to know the overview. I want to know what's really happening. Right? So as an example, so there might be a child that is traumatized because its dad is, when it was playing on the road, is screaming and punishing it, and it perceives it has been punished because it was enjoying itself, it had been playing, not seeing the big picture that there was a car coming, and the dad was afraid that the kid would be hit by the car. So, and now this kid is traumatized and perceives playing is bad, and I cannot be joyful, otherwise dad will punish me.
Mhm.
That's where a lot of this is coming from. Does that make sense, Jutta?
Yes, it makes sense. But when I take this little child, okay, that's only the little child. But nowadays, it happened to all of us. It's like was heißt Glocke?
Like a bell.
Ja, like in Germany you say wie eine Glocke, die sich über alles stülpt.
Okay. It's like something that's put over you,
Yeah,
and yeah.
and
So yeah.
that happens in the whole world. Yeah, and so it's for me it's very hard to say to myself, hey, when I think this is right what I am doing, yeah, it's only me. And I am allowed to say what another person is doing is bad.
So what makes it bad? The thing is really always, are you coming from a place of neutrality? Okay, so see, of course, the
That's
last
a
few
good
years there
question.
was, there was COVID, there was the Ukraine war, there was many things, Afghanistan, Iraq, whatever, right? Always. So humanity, of course, has been kept in a constant state of fear by those that were in power. That's why sex, power, greed, there is always a small part of humanity that tries to have power over the others. And how they do it, is by fear. Okay. So, and by division. But fear is the most crucial part here. If someone doesn't go in fear, if they know who they are, if they're in their heart, and if they know very well or full well that they are eternal, well, you do not have power over someone. So the thing is, right now, because the energies are coming in, okay, the higher energies, they are literally shaking up all the dense energies that have been hidden for eons. It's not that it hasn't happened before. It has been happening for a very long time, right? Division, propaganda, brainwashing, and putting that's really the polarity. Everyone is put into one group, and then you have to pledge your allegiance to this group or else, whatever. So you are the evil one. It's literally a game of energy, so a game of power. And but the thing is, okay, those that are in those groups, and that's what I'm saying or trying to explain. The members of those groups, they have very good intentions. Okay. So be it whatever. So they are not told the whole truth. So there is one group that plays, one very small group that plays the others on their goodness. That's literally what's happening. Okay. But until now, it has been hidden. So the first thing is to literally become aware, well, that this is a game that has been played for a very long time.
Yeah.
And humanity has been programmed to give their power away to someone outside of them, to some opinion outside of them, to some force or power outside of them that perceptively knows better than them. And why would they know better than you? So this can only happen if you are in your mind. If you believe you are your mind, you are your body, and well, if the body dies, you die. So you can be kept in fear, kept in smallness, and literally made doing things that you without fear would not do, because you are very well aware that you are eternal, that you cannot die, and that this is just an experience of your consciousness to grow, to expand, to find out more about yourself, and to really bring in your higher levels, the rest of yourself, to embody yourself, to emanate, to be the light, the beauty, the consciousness, the purity that you are, that you've always been, that you always will be, and bring that to the planet to show everyone else that there is so much more, and that polarity is just something you experience and then decide what you enjoy, what is in alignment with yourself, with your higher levels, with the whole universe, and with your unique beingness. Not to go into, I belong to this group and therefore this and this and this and this is bad, evil, whatever the case may be. Okay? What I'm saying literally is every human being at the core of their being is good, meaning they mean well, they want the best for everyone, of course, because they are connected to everyone. So everything I do to others will, in some way, shape, or form come back to me. Of course, they are not aware of it, But if they're in their heart, and that's why it's so important, and that's why I teach you, is to go from the mind into the heart. Because within your heart, you are feeling, you are seeing the truth. You cannot be lied to, and you feel and see when someone, it's not that they, because see, you feel it's not in congruence, they lie. They might be even aware that they lie, but they perceive it is something to get their agenda through, okay? And within themselves, well, I'm the good one, so it needs to be done, whatever it takes. So it's always this, the ego tells you, well, it has to be done because we know better, and as we know better, we have to do whatever it takes, right? If someone has, some have to die, but ultimately it's best for everyone. Well, who decides that? So what it really comes back to is not to look outside of yourself, what everyone's doing, what everyone says is good, bad, or not, but to come back to yourself, go into your heart and ask and command even, because you are creator incarnate, to be shown the truth, to be shown the overview, to be shown the big picture, not going into polarities. And that's where we come from. The weather is good, the weather is bad, therefore I feel good, I feel bad. Or outside of myself, they are trying to take my freedom away as I perceive it. Others might perceive it differently because they have their experiences, they have their what they have been taught or have bought into, whatever, right? So it's really coming from, okay, higher levels, show me the truth. Show me what is in alignment with myself. Show me how to walk my walk, be myself, and not look to the outside to do what everyone else does, but walk my walk in alignment with myself. Even if that means I walk in the opposite direction to everyone. But it feels expansive. It feels like truth. According to where I am at on my journey on this planet. Meaning, according to where my level of consciousness is. So some things might feel true for you according to your, and it's not good, bad, or better or worse. It's just where you are. I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. It's just I am who I am. You are who you are. And you are experiencing, expanding, growing upon yourself. And we are growing together, playing together, having fun together. And there is no hierarchy whatsoever in the whole universe. Consciousness, love, light does not know hierarchy. It does not know polarity. It does not judge. Judging is entirely a trait of humanity, of the mind, of the ego. So it's important to come back into that neutrality and not letting yourself be strewn into something that happens on the outside. Of course, it might feel dense, it might feel constricting, like you say. So, Jutta, if you feel that, and that is your higher levels talking to you. So that says, well, if I walk into that direction, they are telling me, and the more I can just, you don't even have to walk into that direction, meaning do what they are saying. Just tune into it. How would that feel? So, and then tune into if I go the other way, if I follow my heart. What's the way if I follow my heart? Does it feel expansive? Does it feel open? Or does it feel like everything is constricting and closing in on me? So then you know full well if I go this way, I am walking out of alignment with myself. It might be the truth for someone else. Okay, so leaving them the choice to choose whatever they choose.
Yeah.
It's not right, it's not wrong, it's what they choose. Mostly they will choose from their ego, but they are free to do so. I am here to tell or show everyone that there is another way, but I will never go and say, well, you have to do this because I know better than you. Who am I to say I know better than other creator incarnate? This would be taking their experience away from them, that they are here to feel, to experience, to walk on, and then to decide for themselves. Well, been there, done that, worn that t-shirt, thank you, but no thank you. I'm not liking this, I'm not enjoying this, and it's time now to walk with my heart, from my heart, and into my heart. Embody myself and stop being pulled on from the outside. Because literally there is no good, there is no evil. This is just a perception. It, of course, there is many factors that are coming in. That is, of course, what you've bought into, what you've been taught, what you believe, all the traumas you have experienced, and all this stuff, which is making up the unconscious mind, which is 80% of the mind, and which is making up your ego. But the ego has nothing to do with you. You within your heart, as your heart, and through your heart, within yourself and through yourself, and as yourself, are pure light, pure love, pure consciousness, having an experience, expanding on itself, learning more about itself, and walking its own walk. Nobody else's. I cannot walk your walk. You cannot not walk mine. But I can walk side by side with you, love you no matter what, which I do, and bless you and for who you are, and let you be who you are, whatever that means for you, unless you are not coming from a place of power, wanting to exert power over me, wanting me to do to or be something or someone that I'm not, which if you are coming from the heart will not happen anyway. I would never ever in my life and beyond have the thought of inflicting myself onto someone else, of inflicting my opinions, which I do not have, on somebody else. Because your ultimate beingness is neutrality, is acceptance of others, where they are, what they are doing, and where they are going. And then, of course, you decide, okay, they are playing there. This feels so, Jutta, with your feeling of being constricted. So they are doing that. Why would I still participate? So what can I do? Where can I go? Who can I be to feel different? To be more in alignment with myself? So higher levels show me, where can I go? What is in the highest for myself and everyone concerned? How can I stand in my heart, in my power, my own power, which has nothing to do with the power of the ego, meaning I push my opinion onto you. I want to be more powerful, better than you. That's all mind games. I have enough power of my own, and every one of you has enough power of your own. I don't need your power. You don't need mine. So that's all a perception which is not true. So how can I stand in my power, in my neutrality, in my magnificence, in my isness? Because how blessed are we to experience all these polarities and then decide for ourselves, well, nah, I'm not enjoying that. So universe, please, I don't like that. So let's walk away and show me what is more complementary, what I enjoy. I want to know what I know, what I want. I want to know what I enjoy. Bring on those and bring in those that I enjoy, that I can have fun with, that I can enjoy with. And then we walk through the doors that your entourage, or our entourage, mine in this case, or yours, is presenting to us, even if sometimes that means, well, to just walk away. So does that make sense, Jutta?
Oh yeah, it does. Because I still have difficulties in not to judge. Yeah, it's a big point for me, but I realize that by taking one step after the other, the dance becomes less. And that's a good thing for me. Yeah. Letting the other ones, being the other ones, I don't have to be like them. It's my right to, stand by myself.
Exactly. And walk your walk, be
Yeah,
yourself, and
yeah,
let them do whatever they want to do, right?
uh,
That doesn't mean we have to do what they do. So we look what is most complementary for me, right?
yeah.
And then we do what the heart shows us.
Mm,
Walk through the doors we are presented and not go into fear. Well, if I walk away, then this and this and this. So I'm not recommending running for the hills, so letting everything just basically for everyone that would just do that right now as I'm saying it, that would be a disaster, right? But step by step,
yeah.
more and more and more, getting back into alignment with yourself, and then really letting yourself be guided by your higher levels, by the whole universe, into what is most beneficial for you, and letting yourself be presented all these opportunities. And then, of course, having the courage to walk through those doors, but always into, well, how does it feel within my heart? Does it feel open? Does it feel expansive? Does it feel complementary? Does it feel like love?
Mhm.
Or does it feel very dense, very heavy, and your body literally becomes like a brick? And step by step, coming back to yourself and letting the others do whatever they want, accepting. It's literally accepting what is. And then, okay, well, I accept it. I, as creator, have created, and it is good, but show me more. This is not complementary for me anymore. I'm not enjoying it anymore. So, and then focusing on what you would enjoy, what makes your heart sing, and what feels exciting, feels like joy, feels like adventure. Because you came here on this planet, this beautiful adventure planet, this beautiful Eden, even, because that's a perception as well. To have fun, to connect, to be yourself, to walk your walk, to emanate the beauty, the light, the consciousness, the innocence that you are, to not let yourself be pulled on and pulled into anything outside of you, but to walk your walk and be yourself. And how does this feel for you, Jutta? Right? The
Mhm.
outside is doing whatever they are doing. So, of course, when we tune into it, so if I tune into what's happening outside of me, well, I feel the density. I feel all the overwhelm. I feel all the fear. Okay, it's not that we ignore it, we are aware of it, but we are not playing in it. We are not taking part. And therefore, it's not, as I say, we are not ignoring it. So we are not putting our head in the sand and say, well, if I ignore it long enough, it will go away. No, that's not how it works. Okay. So this is what happens. So what is in the highest for myself? Higher levels show me. What feels like fun? What feels like enjoyment? And sometimes these pictures, thoughts that show up, of course, the ego, the mind will go into fear. Oh my goodness, I would have to step out of my comfort zone.
And that's for me, it's a big point because when I yeah, how can I say, when I quit my life as I know it up to now, and I have wishes, I have dreams, but when I go this final step, I will lose many things that I built up my whole life. And that's a very big step to go over. Yeah.
And that's why we walk step by step,
Yeah.
little by little into this direction.
Yeah.
Okay, of course, it's not about, well, okay, I've done it. I've left everything. I walked
I
away.
know. I know.
Okay, but I don't recommend it actually to
Hmm.
nearly anyone because that
Yeah.
would be the ultimate disaster for most of you. So just walk step by step. It's not a race. It's not I have to now. It's literally it's your journey. So why not enjoy the journey and have this, let yourself be shown. And of course, sometimes or very often you have to step out of your comfort zone. Well, if you
Hmm.
would have told me 10 or 15 years ago, I would be standing here in front of the camera and talking, I would have said, no, you are crazy. I'm not going to do that. Okay. So I would have been completely out of my comfort zone. I would be here stammering and yeah, yeah. Jutta, you are talking. I don't want to even be shown, so I'm just typing. It's literally it's step by step,
Hmm.
facing your fears, looking at those dragons, and then seeing them becoming smaller and smaller and smaller until they vanish. And this doesn't happen by ignoring it, but to stand there and say, I'm Creator incarnate.
Yeah.
I am that I am. I am eternal. So what is there standing in my way, basically so big that I run away from it, try to hide from it? And why would I do that? And then look at it. And it doesn't mean, as I say, I started small. I did some stuff and it's little by little. And at one point the dragon's gone. And it's literally the ego not wanting to step out of its comfort zone. And therefore, that's why the ego, and that's why there's those groups. This other group doesn't fit into my comfort zone. Therefore, I have to get them to believe what I believe so I can feel comfortable again. That's literally the fight of good against evil, because both sides perceive the other side is evil. And of course, the more they have been brainwashed and taught lies, the more it might be out of alignment with themselves. But that's not the question here. The question or the point here is stepping back into your alignment with yourself, into your truth, and then walk your walk. Not judging others. They are where they are, and they are there because it's in their highest to wake up, to shake up, to literally step out of their perceptions about themselves and come back to the heart. or whatever the case may be, why they are there. Of course, if they come in front of me and ask me for assistance, I will show them that there is a different way. But I will not go out and go to them and say, well, what you are doing is wrong. You have to do it this and this and this way. And if you are doing this, and I know better than you, and of course I am better than you, and I'm your guru, and you have to do what I want, my way is the only way to enlightenment. I would never say that, because that's not true. Everyone has their own way. And I am here to show you that there is another way, a way to the heart, from the heart, into the heart, as yourself, within yourself, and through yourself. And I love it to walk side by side with you. And literally, humanity is coming back to the heart. And what else is more exciting than that? Stepping out of fear into the heart. What a beautiful journey is that to be on. How exciting is that? And what is there to fear? You are eternal. You can never die. You have no beginning and you have no end. So what is there to fear? And more
Thank you.
importantly, what is there to fight for?
Mhm. Well, I thank you so much for so many input. That as for me, that was yeah, another step forward. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Jutta, and thank you all. And it has been so much fun and such a joy to connect, to share, and to play together. I love you all.